I'm waiting at the gate, and a lady from AirAsia comes up to me. And she asks to see my passport. I'm thinking, oh, that's strange. So I give her my passport, and then she goes, "Do you have your visa?" So I had a screenshot on my phone, so I bring that up, and she's looking. Well, actually, it was a guy. He's looking at my passport. He's looking at the visa. Looking at the passport. Back to the visa. Passport, the visa. For about 3 minutes, he's doing this, and then he calls in this other lady. Must have been his supervisor. So she comes up and she goes, "Can I take a picture of your visa?" So she took a picture of my visa that was screenshot on my phone, and then she goes back to the counter, and about 2 minutes later she comes back and she goes, your visa doesn't match your passport." So when they filled out the visa information, they flipped my names. They put my first name as my middle name and my middle name as my first name. Everything else was right. The passport number, the birth date, my last name, all the other information was exactly the same. The names were all right, except for they just flipped it. And so she wasn't going to let me enter. She wasn't going to let me board. Greetings from Da Nang, Vietnam. I'm on a little vacation, a little exploration trip. I'll be here for, a few weeks, maybe more. I got a 90-day multiple entry visa. So I'll tell you how that went. I'm sitting actually right outside a Q-Mart, which is kind of like a convenience store, like a 7-Eleven type. But I'm right across the street from my hotel. There's my hotel over there. Pretty nice hotel, and but it was really chilly last night when I got in. I mean, it was in the 60s. I haven't had weather in the 60s for quite a while. They have rain in the forecast all this week, so I'm staying at this hotel until the 18th, and I don't know if I'll extend, stay somewhere else, or go back to Bangkok at that time. But I looked at the weather, and it's like 95% rain every day up until the 18th, and probably beyond. I haven't looked that far ahead, but we'll see. Let's go walk around. I'll show you around. I just checked into my hotel room here in Da Nang, Vietnam, $17 a night. So basically, with all the taxes and everything, 10 days, 170 bucks. So here's the bathroom. Got a big shower and really nice tile floor. Got a cool window so people can watch you poop. And then nice big room, big TV. They got food there if you want to pay as you go, but you get your coffee and your waters for free. Big wardrobe, put your clothes there. Little couch there, little desk, and then there's the bed. Oh, the bed is really comfy, really soft. It's amazing. I'll sleep really well tonight. So that's it. Let's check the view. All right, so not bad. We're on the 7th floor. So you got a view of Da Nang. So there you go. Not bad for 17 bucks a night, huh? All right, so that's my hotel. It's a nice hotel. I'm paying, it's about a 35 square meter room, 35 or 40, something like that. And it's got actually, you can see the ocean from my window, kind of between a couple of big condos. But it's only $17 a night. So 10 days, $170. That's a pretty good price if you ask me. But we're in the An Trong area of Da Nang, which is a very popular area for tourists. They got a lot of neat coffee shops and restaurants and bars. So it's all walking, and I'm literally like 3 blocks from the ocean. So we'll go down and check out the ocean. It's not quite as windy as it was earlier this morning. I went out. My friend's staying at a different hotel, and they've got a buffet in the morning, so I went there, and $7 for the buffet, all you can eat, obviously. So that's a pretty good price, $7 US, 180,000 dong, Vietnam dong. So it comes out to about $7. But you can see I'm about 3 blocks from the beach. That's a little market, Vietnam food. I walked through there this morning, and it's just all it is Vietnamese food. Little market, and they got little trinkets too. You can buy little souvenirs, but mostly food. So look at the waves. When we get up there, you'll see the waves. They do surfing here, but this is the biggest I've seen the waves. Of course, with the wind, you can probably do some pretty decent surfing. I'm not a surfer. Hell, I'm not even a swimmer. So it's a little precarious crossing streets in Vietnam. You kind of just got to walk and don't stop. Just keep walking, and you kind of put your hand out like that, and it'll signify to the people driving to slow down, let you through. But you don't want to stop. You want to just keep walking. That's the key to crossing in Vietnam. I learned that when I first came here a couple of years ago. I guess it was now almost 2 years ago. So here's the beach. It's got a beautiful boardwalk, or a beautiful boulevard, and it goes up and down. That's going north. So you'll get the sunrise over the ocean in the mornings, and then the sunset behind. So you come out here early in the morning, and you'll see a lot of people out here playing sports, playing volleyball, hacky sack, kicking, kickball or whatever, exercise. They do a lot of aerobics out here. But you can see they got the flags out, so I guess there's probably no surfing today. It's a little too rough. But look at those waves. That's crazy. So yeah, they got the flags out, so you can't get in the water. But you can see how beautiful this beach is, white sand beach. And there's the city. It's kind of like Pattaya without the nastiness, the grittiness. It's a little cleaner. The city I'm talking about, not the beach. I mean, the beach is clean. They clean this beach every day. But I mean, just the lifestyle. It's not like, there's no walking street here. There's no red light district that I'm aware of. There may be something around here, but it's not prevalent. It's not what this city is known for. Like in Pattaya, it's known for walking street and all the sois that have all the girl bars and that sort of thing. They don't really have that here. This is more a family oriented, a lot of tourists. If you go a little farther south to Hoi An, there's a really nice beach area there. It seems like a younger crowd, more touristy. There's some neat restaurants and bars in that area too. But there's basically 3 areas here. There's the beach area. Then you have the river, which on the west side, I'm sorry, on the east side, which is on the ocean side, you'll have that area. And then you've got another area on the opposite side of the river. That's a whole different kind of a district. So it's kind of cool. So let me tell you my plan. My devious plan. And I don't know if it'll work or not, because I had a little issue at the airport when I was coming here. So if that's going to be the case frequently, I might have to rethink my initial plans. So when I moved to Bangkok, my plan was, do I live in Bangkok? Do I live in Hua Hin, which is south of Bangkok, beach area, kind of like this, only not quite as nice, not quite as nice. It's nice, but it's not like this nice. This, by the way, this is one of my favorite hangouts, Paradise Bar. I'll come back here later this afternoon. It's a really neat bar area. I mean, you've got all of that. And it's right on the beach. That's the difference between this and Pattaya. Pattaya doesn't have these bar beaches like this. Either does the Philippines, really. I mean, they've got some, but not to that extent, not that nice. So my original plan was, I'm thinking, okay, so I'll move to Bangkok. I found a condo that's about half the price of what I was paying in the Philippines for my condo. So it's like, I got all this extra money. So here's what I'm thinking of doing. I'll find a place in my next favorite city, Da Nang, Vietnam, here. And they've got really cheap apartments and condos, even cheaper than Bangkok. So I can rent a place here and just split my time between the 2 areas and do the visa runs every 3 months, because I can get a 90-day here and I can get a 60-day in Thailand and extend another 30 before I have to leave. You can see the mountain there and the Buddha way over there. Anyway, so that was kind of my plan. I spent 180 days each country each year, and I only have to do 2 visa runs in each country a year. So that should get me under the radar. I won't have any issues. And then, I'll also go to the Philippines, spend time there, and check out other countries as well. But I'll spend most of my time either here in Da Nang or back in Bangkok. Well, I might have an issue with that, and I know I'm gonna get comments like, "Oh, you're breaking the law," blah 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 blah. Well, my whole plan is, probably next year, I'll probably look at getting a retirement visa in Bangkok. So eventually I'll do that. But right now I'm just kind of testing the waters, so to speak, and seeing, maybe I'll like staying here more than Bangkok. I don't know yet. And so I may make this my permanent residency. But here's the issue I had. So with Vietnam, you have to go online and do an e-visa. So you fill out all the information. You take a photo of your passport. You take a photo of yourself. Send it all in with this registration. Within 5 working days, business days, you should get your visa letter of approval or denial. Well, I did that like a month ago. So I got my letter in the email. It was all good. I go to the airport yesterday, and I'm waiting in line. I did the the kiosk check-in, so I printed out my boarding pass so I didn't have to stand in line there. So I'm standing in immigration, and I go through immigration, and that was no problem. And then I'm waiting at the gate, and a lady from AirAsia comes up to me, and she asks to see my passport. I'm thinking, oh, that's strange. So I give her my passport, and then she goes, do you have your visa? So I had a screenshot on my phone, so I bring that up, and she's looking, well, actually it was a guy. He's looking at my passport, he's looking at the visa, looking at the passport, back to the visa, passport, the visa. For about 3 minutes he's doing this, and then he calls in this other lady, must have been his supervisor. So she comes up and she goes, can I take a picture of your visa? So she took a picture of my visa that was screenshot on my phone, and then she goes back to the counter, and about 2 minutes later she comes back and she goes, your visa doesn't match your passport. So when they filled out the visa information, they flipped my names. They put my first name as my middle name and my middle name as my first name. Everything else was right. The passport number, the birth date, my last name, all the other information was exactly the same. The names were all right, except for they just flipped it. And so she wasn't going to let me enter. She wasn't going to let me board. And my first thing out of my mouth was, you got to be kidding me. So she's telling me this, and I'm telling her, it's like, that's not my mistake. I filled everything out correctly. That was Vietnam. When they filled out that information for the visa, they're the ones that flipped the name, not me. And so I tried to explain, and she went back to the counter, and she must have contacted someone in Vietnam, because I'm standing there and I'm talking to these 3 girls in front of me from Europe. One's from Germany, one was from Uzbekistan, and one was from somewhere else, I think. Anyway, they were all together on vacation, and we were talking about, oh my gosh, what's going to happen? Well, the lady at the counter looks at me and she kind of gives me a nod, and I'm thinking, well, what's that nod mean? Does that mean I'm okay to board, or is she still looking? And finally she gives me this thumbs up, so I'm thinking, okay, I must be good. So this is a multiple entry. So if I leave and try to come back, am I going to have that issue every time I want to board a plane for Vietnam? I don't know. So I'm having second thoughts about signing any long-term lease here for an apartment in Vietnam if I'm going to have an issue getting on board a plane to get here every time I want to come here. So we'll see. I'll kind of play it by ear. I've got some apartments to look at tomorrow that look pretty good. In fact, there was one that was 5,500,000 Vietnam dong. So that's about $220 US a month. That's pretty incredible, and it looked nice. And it was like 45 square meters, so it was pretty good size, and it was within walking distance of the beach, and it looked like it was a nice area. So hopefully I can go view that apartment tomorrow and make a decision, because if I can get through this visa issue, that's going to be my plan, at least for the next year moving forward, to kind of split my time between the two until I decide where I want to make a permanent residency. You know, if I want to get a retirement visa in Thailand, I can do that and still travel here too. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I guess I'm in no hurry, but $220 a month is a lot cheaper than paying for an Airbnb or a rental. you know, every time I come here. Even with the cheap hotel I got, the $17 a month, that's still, what is that? $520 or something like that a month. So, which isn't bad, but it doesn't have a kitchen. It's just a hotel room basically. So I would want something with a kitchen, good sized fridge and stove and that sort of thing. So we'll see how it all works out. But I'm happy to be here. It's cool. I might have to pick up a jacket for the evenings. I'm gonna slip down into the 60s. That's a little too cool for what I'm used to. I haven't been in 60-degree weather for over 3 years, so it'll be a shock to the system. But look at this, look at that beach, and look at that ocean. Look at those waves. It's amazing. I love Da Nang. And we'll talk about the nightlife too. There's some neat bars and some really nice restaurants here that we'll visit while I'm here. But anyway, thanks for visiting. And as always, live life. That's what I do. And we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.